Yes, so let us start with the practical. Today we are going to see the experiment number 4, which is no load and block rotor test on 3-phase induction motor. So we are going to see how the connection is to be done. This is the circuit diagram which you can see on the table. Here the 3-phase supply we are giving. Earlier experiment we used a dual starter. Instead of that we are using a auto transformer. Auto transformer means where it's same like a transformer where we can increase or decrease the level of the voltage. So here we are using a step up transformer. So the auto transformer, if you see the point, this is the input point and these are the output point, which we will see while doing the connection. Then after that, one ammeter, one voltmeter is connected. Again the whole connection is same as we have done it for the load test on 3-phase induction motor. The whole connection is same, only instead of dual starter we are using a auto transformer here. That is only the difference. Even here the loading arrangement we are giving, as we wanted to increase the load, we can increase or decrease the load by using this load. So this is all about circuit. We will see one by one how the connection is to be done. First of all, we will see what are the specifications which are given on this for this particular experiment. So yes, if you see here the motor specification which are given, the rated speed which is 1445, the rated current you can see it's 7.1 ampere. Then the voltages are again 3-phase voltage which is 415 volts. So these are nothing but the specification of 3-phase induction motor, and the rotor which we are using here, that is a squirrel cage. That's why you can also say that it's a squirrel cage 3-phase induction motor. So if you see again, here this is your motor winding, stator winding, and this is the rotor winding. While the stator winding we have to connect in such a way that it should be connected in delta form. Okay, so you all know that in delta, end point of each winding should be connected to the starting point of another winding. So let us see here, we need to connect this externally. So we want our stator winding is in delta connection. So end point of, let us take R winding. So end point of R winding should be connected to the starting point of another winding. End point of R winding is nothing but R2, and it should be connected to the starting point of next winding, which is Y1. So this way we need to finish that. We need to do the connection of stator winding in delta connection. Again here if you see, end point of this winding Y, which is connected to the starting point of another next winding, which is B1. So this way delta will form. So this connection we have to do externally. Now we'll see the connection, how it to be done as per the circuit diagram. Now if you see here, we are giving a 3-phase supply. To the auto transformer. So these are nothing but a TPST switch, that is triple pole single throw switch. In one single throw the switch is going to close. All the 3 switches are going to close. That's why it is called as a TPST switch. So if you see here, we have so as we are we are giving a 3-phase supply. So this 3-phase supply, initially we have to give it as an input to the auto transformer as per the diagram. If you see in the diagram, R is connected to R, Y is connected to Y, B is connected to B. This R, Y, B are the input point of the auto transformer. All these 3 are connected as an input to the auto transformer. Now output of the auto transformer we have to see. Now in the diagram, if you see, from the output of R, it is going to the ammeter first point. Output of auto transformer of R is going to the ammeter first point. So output of R is going to the ammeter. This is the ammeter which we are using of 0 to 10 ampere. It means the below range we have to consider. The upper range is 0 to 20. So we are considering the below range. So from R it is connected to the first point of or common point of the ammeter. Then ammeter's second point is connected to the M, that is a W1 wattmeter. In W1 wattmeter 4 terminals are there. MLCV, or you can say 4-point main line common voltage, right? So this second point of ammeter is connected to the M of W1. So second point of ammeter is connected to M, that is okay. So as we have already done with the connection part, how to do the connection for no load and block rotor test on 3-phase induction motor. Now we are going to see how to take the reading, and after taking the reading I am going to show you how to write the observation table. Okay. So if you see on the panel, again the same specification is there which was there at the time of our 3-phase induction motor earlier practical, I mean. So that time on the same panel we are doing this practical as well, that is no load and block rotor test on 3-phase induction motor. Earlier we did load test on 3-phase induction motor. The panel was same. So only thing is changing here, we are not using starter, and we are not using any starter here, that is only the change. So if you see, there is no connection with the starter here, got it? So what we are doing in what are the different changes is here, from the main supply we have connected in between the auto transformer. So this is the auto transformer. What is the use of auto transformer? It will step up or step down the level of the voltage. So here we are using which is a step up transformer. Okay, so this is a step up auto transformer which will increase the value of the voltage. Now if you see here, the input and output connection you can see on the output on auto transformer. So let us see how to take the reading, as we have already seen the connection part. So I am not going into that, but we will see first how to take the reading, and then we will move ahead for the observation table. So if you see, now we are just main switch is just on now, and all the 3 lights are on. Now after that, if earlier we have to make sure that this knob at 0 position. So if it is not at 0, then your voltmeter and current value will be higher at that time. So here if you want to see, the value is 0. This one is 0. So one little, if you see here, the value is 0. Now initially you have to increase the value, gradually till the time you get the 415 volt supply. Till the time you get the 415 volt supply, you have to increase the gradually voltage. Okay, so if you see now, the voltage is, we are moving it till 415 volt.
Now the voltage is 415 volt.
Yes, if you see, the voltage is now 415 volt. So this 415 volt we have given when load is no load, when the load is not given, which is S1 and S2 is 0. The load is not given anything, so that means S1 and S2 value is 0 and the belt is loose and the motor is moving. Okay, the motor is moving. So at this is nothing but the no load test. So at no load test, what is the voltage, what is the current, and what is the W1 and W2, that value we have to take. At 415 volt at no load condition, the current value is coming out to be 3.8. Current value is coming out to be 3.8. So at first reading for no load condition, which is 415 volt, right, we have made it 415 volt by using the auto transformer, or we can also say that thermostat. Next, no load current we got 3.8 ampere, and at the same time you have to take W1 and W2. So W1 is coming out to be 110 watt, because it's a wattmeter, so obviously it is watt
Into 8.
And the multiplying factor of this wattmeter is also 8, so you have to multiply with 110 into 8, like that. So similarly, W2 you have to take
60.
W2 is coming out to be 60. So 60 W2 watt, again multiply with the 8 multiplying factor. So every wattmeter having a multiplying factor which is always written at the downside of the wattmeter. If you see here, it is written for 600 volt, the value of voltage multiplying factor is 8. So that only we have multiplied. So in this way we have taken W1, W2. So once the reading is to be taken, we have to move, we have to now make it 0, because we are now going to change from no load to block load, right? So for getting a block rotor test reading, we have to make it demostat is 0. So now if you see, this is at 0. So when we are giving 0 voltage, it means all the reading will comes out to be 0, and then make switch, then just switch off the supply and do the connection for block rotors test. So the connection is same, there is no different change, there is no changes in the connection. Only changes is we need to block the motor. Now how we have to block the motor?
By this.
How we have to block the motor? By just, okay, if you see down, in this way we have to stop the motor first. The rotation of the motor we have to stop, and just move this knob so that it will get, so that belt will start tighten up, and once it get tight, it means you have blocked the drum. So this drum is getting blocked because of this belt. So belt जैसे जैसे tight होगा वैसे आपका this drum will also get, drum will block. So this way we have already done with the block rotor. We have already made a rotor in block condition. Now we will take, okay, so we have already blocked the rotor. Now we have to take the reading for block rotor of 3-phase induction motor. Now as you can see, supply is on, all the 3 lights are on. Now we have to give this supply voltage, now we have to increase the current, which is still 7.1 ampere. Why 7.1 ampere? Because the rating of the rated rating of the current is 7.1. So this is the rated current. We need to go till 7.1, and in that way we have to take the reading. So this, by using this demostat, we are increasing the value of current. By using the demostat, we are increasing the value of current till 7.1 ampere, because this 7.1 is nothing but the rated current. So this is 7.1 current. If you see, for that 7.1 current,
You can choose the second line. First
Voltage
line.
is 80. Voltage is 80.
voltage is 80, 7.1 current is 7.1, okay, voltage is 80 volt at the time of 7.1 current. W1 is
60.
W1 is 60, again the multiplying factor is 8, so 60 into 8, then W2 is
10, I think. 10, है ना? ठीक है.
so W2 is coming out to be 0. So if you see here, it is already written 0. So we have already finished with the no load test reading, and we have done with the block rotor test reading. Now I am going to show you how to do the calculation part separately. Okay, so we have switch off the supply, and already readings are taken.